Okay, let's talk about the day 5 exercise, and I already put it in my project, and remember to change your name, of course. And after that, I want to give you a hint on two questions. Okay, the first is one. So we are combining the knowledge we have learned in recent a couple of the courses. So the program the program you are going to write is first going to ask a user to give you or type you a string. It can be long or short. Well, and the rule is if the length of the string is smaller or equal to 10, you print it is a short string. Otherwise, you print it is a long string. Okay, so several things combined together. So the first thing, how do you get the user's input? So you can say input and then visit prompt, right? And the prompt should be give me a string. Okay, and then you want to name that. So I can do users input equals. Okay, so now I got the user's input. And the second thing is we also want to get the length of the string. So how do you get the length? So len, right? Len, and then I want to do the user's input, and then I can call that length equals len user's input. So now I got the length of the user's input. And what's the next step? And based on whether this length is is smaller or equal to 10, we are going to print either a short string or a long string. So how do we do that? So if the length is smaller or equal to 10, and then you want to do a print here, right? So print, say, short string, and then what else? And then if it is not a short string, it is a long string, and then what do? You want to do an else here, right? So else, Yep, you can go ahead and finish yourself. Okay, so this is the hint I want to give you on the number 2. Okay, and another question I want to talk about is the last one. Well, a number with many restrictions. So I want to find a number, and then this number should meet all the restrictions below. Number 1, it should be greater than 50. Number 2, it should be lower than 100. And then number 3, it should be a even number. And then an even number means it should be evenly divisible by 2. And so, or it is divide by 2, and then the remainder should be a 0. And number 4, if multiplied by 2, it can be evenly divisible by 50. And then what we really want to do is, well, I've already defined the value to be tested is 75. And I want to know if this number meets all the 4 requirements. So, and another thing is you do not use if and else. Okay, well, and how do we do that? And well, if you want to use it, well, of course you can't use if and else, but it's easy that do some if, like if values to be tested is greater than 50, and then inside you do another if value to be tested is smaller than 100. Well, you may want to use this way, and well, but we haven't. Number 1, this question requires us to not use if and else, and number 2, we haven't really talked about the nested condition yet. So this solution is okay, but you can't do that. So I want to do another way. So I want to check the condition one by one, and then using the logic operators. Say if I only want to check the first condition, and then I can do value to be tested is greater than 50, right? And then if I want to print that, and then ta-da, and then I will get a true or a false. Okay, but I only check the first condition. But if I want to check all the 4 conditions, and then it should meet all the restrictions. How do we do that? We want to do an and then value to be tested is smaller than 100. So now I'm checking the condition 1 and the condition 2, and then I will return, it will give me a true only when the first condition and the second condition, they are both true. But I haven't finished yet. I want to add another AND, and I want to check the restriction 3. And the restriction 3 should be a even number. So if that number divided by 2 get the remainder, it should be a 0. So value to be tested, and then remainder 2 equals a 0, right? So this is how we can test whether a value is an even number. Okay, and then there is another condition to go, that is this one, and I'm going to leave this condition for yourself. Okay, so here's another hint. For this question, eventually you will get a false, because this one is not met. Okay, so well, this is my hints for the day 5 exercise. And another thing I want to remind you again is, say after you finish this exercise, how do you find the file on your hard drive? Okay, it is here. You see this project, and then it's E, Dropbox, Python Workspace, and 131 in lecture coding. So you have to go to that folder and then grab the file you have been working on. Otherwise, if you go to the download folder, that is the original file. You don't have your solutions. Okay, so go to, well, this is my working folder, but your working folder might be different. So go to that working folder and make sure you submit a file with your code in that. Okay, so that's it, and good luck.